In this video, I'm showing you my top picks for super affordable DIY gadgets, all from LilyGo. These include the T-Dongle S3, the T-Display S3, and the T3 S3. I personally tested and used all of them, and they become my go-to choices for budget-friendly projects. They're not powerful because of fancy features. They're powerful because they're accessible, affordable, and easy to use. With web flashers, there's no coding required to turn these into real tools. We'll be using 3 different firmwares in this video. Meshtastic for off-grid communications, ZeroTrace as a USB Rubber Ducky alternative, and Bruce, which turns your device into a Flipper Zero style multi-tool. You're looking at anywhere from $12 to $40 for these projects. You can even save 5% more by using my code GhostStrats at lilygo.cc. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. I do not condone any illegal activity. Use these tools at your own risk. They're budget-friendly gadgets, so don't expect perfection, but they get the job done. First up is the LilyGo T3 S3, one of the most affordable ways to get started with off-grid communications using Meshtastic. It's a low-powered board with built-in LoRa. This setup is super simple. Just go to the Meshtastic web flasher, select the device, flash the firmware. Before you know it, you got a ready to go off-grid communications tool. No coding needed. This project will cost you about $24. That's even before the discounts. First thing you're going to want to do is go to the Meshtastic web flasher. I'll leave a link and step-by-step instructions in the description. Once you're there, find your device and click on the T3 S3. Be careful, some of the LilyGo boards look very similar, so make sure you select the correct one. Then choose the most stable version of the firmware, click flash, and now it's time to connect your device. To do this properly, you need to hold down the boot button on the board while plugging it in. Once it connects, you can release the boot button. This puts the device into a special mode so you can receive the firmware flash. Once your device is connected properly, hit connect, then click update. Don't worry if it takes a minute to start, that's totally normal. The whole flashing process should take no more than 5 minutes. After it's done, you'll need to select your region. This sets the correct radio frequency for your device so you can talk to other devices in your area. Every region has its own frequency band, so this step is important. To configure it, you can either use your computer or your phone. There's a Meshtastic app available for both Android and iOS. Just head to your app store, search Meshtastic, and download the app. Once installed, open the app, make sure your Bluetooth is turned on. Your device should show up, tap it to pair. Just enter that info in the app and hit connect. From there, the app will prompt you to select the region. Tap the region option, choose your correct location, and hit save. The device will reboot, and that's it. Now you're ready to start communicating with Meshtastic gadgets. If you choose your computer to set up the device, here's how to do it. Head over to the Meshtastic web client. I'll drop the link in the description below. It doesn't matter what operating system you're using, Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. It works across all of them. I recommend using the Chrome web browser, which is what I'll be demonstrating in this video. Next step, you're going to want to hit the new connection. From there, I recommend using serial. Just connect your device to the computer. No need to hold down the boot button this time. You'll connect through the serial connection, which means plugging in your USB. Then click New Devices, and a pop-up will appear. Select your device and hit connect. Once your gadget shows up, click on it. When you go to config, head over to the LoRa tab and click on the first option, region. This is probably set to unset. Change that to your region and then click the save icon in the top right. Your device will reboot automatically, and that's it. Now that we've done off-grid communications, let's get into pen testing. Now we're going to take a look at the T-Display S3. I got both the non-touch and touchscreen models here. I'm going to turn both of these into pen testing multi-tools using the Bruce firmware. Just like before, this setup uses a web flasher, so no coding is required at all. These are the most budget-friendly builds in the video. The non-touch display runs about $13 before discounts, while the touchscreen version is about $24. Personally, I recommend the $13 non-touch model. I find the touchscreen a little bit too sensitive. The push buttons on the non-touch just feel more reliable for this kind of project. So first step, head over to the Bruce firmware website and click on the web flasher. Select LilyGo as the board type and find your specific device. Same as before, hold down the boot button while you're plugging it in to get it into flash mode. Once it's in flash mode, go ahead and click connect. Then select your device and hit connect again. Then you'll choose to install the firmware. You can either do a full erase or keep the existing data, totally up to you. Personally, I like to start with a clean slate, so I'll go ahead with the full erase. Once you confirm the flashing process has begun, it should only take about 2 to 3 minutes. And that's it. You now got a working pen testing multi-tool thanks to the Bruce firmware and its simple web flasher. In my experience, this device offers solid Wi-Fi pen testing capabilities alongside with Bluetooth functions and some BadUSB capabilities as well. And again, for the price between $13 to $24, it's honestly hard to beat. Just a quick thing to mention as well, the Flipper Zero doesn't have Wi-Fi pen testing capabilities right out of the box. You would have to buy a special module to get it to work. This has Wi-Fi pen testing built into it. And if you decide to get the touchscreen model, you would do the same exact process we just did. The only difference is when you click on the device, you're going to click on the touchscreen model, and that's it. Alright, next up is the T-Dongle S3, and we're turning it into a BadUSB tool that you can control remotely over Wi-Fi using a sleek, easy to use web interface. You can launch payloads straight from a target machine. Think of it as an advanced version of the USB Rubber Ducky, like the one you've seen in shows like Mr. Robot, but for a fraction of the price. A real USB Rubber Ducky costs about $100, while the T-Dongle S3, after using my code GhostStrats at LilyGo.cc, it comes to under $16. Now, here's a disclaimer. While the hardware is affordable, the firmware isn't free. This project uses ZeroTrace, which requires a paid license. It was originally priced at $40 per license, but it's since dropped to $30. And if you use my code GhostStrats on their site, you'll save an additional $5, which will bring it down to $25. This puts it above the $10 to $25 range that we've been working with, but keep an eye out. They do run sales from time to time, and I heard they may soon be offering pre-built devices again, which could help bring the total cost down. If you're interested in grabbing one of these during a sale, make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'll be updating my followers as soon as that drops. You're also going to need a micro SD card for this build. If you don't have one laying around already that you're willing to sacrifice, you can pick one up ranging between $5 to $10. You don't really need that much space at all for this project. Just a simple SD card will do. Alright, so now you're going to set this up. So now you're going to go to the dashboard. You're going to click on firmware. Then you're going to click on custom device. You're going to scroll down until you see T-Dongle S3. Click on that and click flash firmware. Now we're going to do the same type of thing. Again, hold down the boot button and then plug it in, and then you can release the boot button. Once you do that, the device should show up, and then you just hit connect. Now you're going to click install, click next, install, and just let it do its thing. This should take about 2 to 3 minutes. And that's it. Now your device is ready, but you need to get the license key installed onto the device, and I'll show you how to do that next. I already have detailed walkthrough videos on my channel showing exactly how to purchase the digital version, aka the ZeroTrace license, and how to set everything up from scratch. If you're looking for a full step-by-step guide, check out those videos. I'll leave links in the description. In this video, I'm just going to give you a quick overview on what to do after you bought the license. Once you purchase your license, go ahead and connect to your ZeroTrace device over Wi-Fi. Look for the SSID that ends with ZT and connect using the default password ZeroTrace, capital Z, capital T. Then in your web browser, go to the link shown. Copy the code that appears. Here's an important note. To use your ZeroTrace dashboard online, you'll need to switch back to your regular home Wi-Fi. So after you copied your request code, disconnect from your ZeroTrace network and reconnect to your home internet. Then head to the ZeroTrace dashboard, click on the digital, paste your request code, and click activate. You'll get the license key. Copy the key. Now reconnect to your ZeroTrace device over Wi-Fi and go to the link shown. This time it will prompt you to paste your license key. Hit submit. Your device will finalize the setup and it will reboot. After rebooting, connect back to your device's Wi-Fi and open the same address. You'll now see the ZeroTrace web UI. From here, you're ready to start pen testing. There are some default payloads included. And if you wanted more, head back to the ZeroTrace dashboard. Don't forget to switch back to your home internet again and check out the community payloads, including a few that I've uploaded myself. Let's wrap up the video. We covered 3 incredible affordable gadgets from LilyGo that are perfect for beginners. We started with the T3-S3 running Meshtastic for encrypted off-grid communications. Then we turned a T-Display S3 into a powerful little pen testing multi-tool using the Bruce firmware. And finally, we used the T-Dongle S3 to create a BadUSB device using ZeroTrace, controlled completely over Wi-Fi through a clean web interface. Keep in mind, while these DIY devices may not perform at the level of premium tools, they offer a surprising amount of functionality, especially for the price. For example, the T-Display S3 gives you solid Wi-Fi and Bluetooth testing features, plus BadUSB payload support, all under $15. It's an amazing way to get your first hands-on experience with pen testing tools. I'll be experimenting with more modifications and upgrades to make these even more useful, so stay tuned for that. If you found this helpful and want to support what I do, I don't make much on YouTube revenue and I don't have any sponsorships. Consider becoming a channel member or simply just hitting the like button. It really helps me keep making this kind of content and providing value to the community. Thank you for watching this video. All the links will be in the descriptions, as well as the product links and the step-by-step instructions. And remember
that safety is an illusion.